What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy, the one and only. You already know what time it is. It's time to provide value. I'm here to serve you. So welcome to the Freetrepreneur channel. If you're new, if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'm able to provide value to you. Today's video is about how to write blog posts properly to drive traffic. This level of traffic, make money from your blog post, but precisely how to write a blog post really fast using a tool called Wordai. So basically using an article rewriter tool or an article spinner tool. If you're a blogger, then you know that you need consistency in posting, but also writing about keyword that will generate a lot of traffic to your website. And so suppose you found your keyword, right? You've done your keyword research, you found the exact keyword, but then it takes time to write blog posts consistently. And some of them even outsource writing blog posts to like freelancer, which if you don't have a lot of money, it's not something that's feasible. You know, if you just start with your blog and then you don't have a lot of money, then it's not really feasible to outsource writing blog posts. So what you can do is that you can also rely on an article spinner like this. And if you don't have time or knowledge in an area but you want to write on, you can use an article spinner like this to basically write unique blog posts in the eyes of Google for you. When you write consistently, you will be able to drive people back to your website regularly, and then you'll be able to monetize your blog. So this is an in-depth video on Wordai. I already made one video on how to use Wordai, but I feel like a lot of people didn't really get the full settings. I think there is a way to set Wordai in a way that it will give you unique sort of blog post in the eyes of Google. It's an article spinner, meaning that you will need to find an article that is around the web. There are millions and billions and billions and trillions of articles around the web. Some of them are high quality, some of them are low quality. Suppose you found a really good article that is really informative, and then maybe it's a #1 page of Google. Suppose this is about, for example, if you type cancer, let's say you type cancer, for example, this first article is about cancer. What is cancer? And then there's maybe 1 million people searching cancer per month. Or perhaps you've done your keyword research with Keyword Planner, and then you've realized that, for example, Spirit Airlines, Southwest Airlines, Delta Airlines, Google Flights, they all have 1 million to 10 million searches per month. A lot of people are searching these keywords. So imagine if you, for example, you have a travel blog, right? And maybe you've worked, or maybe you use Spirit Airline regularly, or maybe you work for Spirit Airline or Southwest Airline and you also have a travel blog, right? So what you can do is that you can drive a lot of this traffic back to your website using this type of keyword. So if I take, for example, Spirit Airline, if you take Spirit Airline, you go on Google and you type Spirit Airline. This is Spirit Airline. You want to find, for example, on the first page of Google, an article that is about Spirit Airline, meaning that this will be on the first page. Out of the 1 million to 10 million people viewing this first page, there will be about 500,000 to maybe 100,000 clicking on this just to check news about Spirit Airlines. So if I want to rewrite this article, for example, currently this article, if you just copy and paste it on your website, you shouldn't be doing it. Google will definitely flag it as plagiarism. So if you use a plagiarism checker like duplicchecker.com, if I just copy the paste the text on that blog, right? I open that blog post. Like I open that blog post and I sort of copy the text on that blog and I pasted it on like duplicchecker.com. Now it has a 73% plagiarism. Now let's rewrite that with Wordai, or maybe not even this blog alone. Let's say you've compiled information from many blogs about Spirit Airline, right? And then you use Wordai and then you paste that. For example, it has a 73% plagiarism, so you need to make it unique in the eyes of Google to have a chance to rank. So let's say now I copy all of that. I'm going to do a before and after, in the sense that 73% plagiarism when we'll use Wordai, and then we'll check again what percentage of plagiarism we have in the spin text. Now if I come here and I paste the text, here are the settings that you will need. You need to check the level of uniqueness. If I come here, put my article here at unique. Now what the next thing that I do is on settings, you have to automatically rewrite the sentences. Now I click here, but I unselect this because this will remove some paragraph that might be important to the whole understanding of the blog, right? So I just ask to rewrite the whole blog or the whole post, but keeping the same level of structure. So now you also need to protect keyword. You also need to protect keyword in the sense that you don't want the article spinner to transform, for example, spirit into something else, or maybe flight into something else. So there are keywords that need to be protected. So if I come here, for example, I click and I select I remove this, and I say I don't want you to change the word spirit everywhere you will see it. I don't want you to change the word flight everywhere you will see it. I don't want you to change the word spirit airline everywhere you will see it, for example. Or maybe I don't want you to change the word airlines as well, right? So if you click on update, now these are the keywords that are protected, that should not be changed for any reason. Now the next thing, have like what we call a perfect tense that will allow you to correct the grammar after the text is spun. But actually you can just install Grammarly for free on your browser, and then using a Google Chrome extension, and then you will just check the mistakes for you. So now if I click on spin now, what it will do is that it will spin, it will spin the whole text. It will spin the whole text quite fast, in about maybe a minute or two. Now in about a minute it's finished spinning, and now it says the article has a level of uniqueness of 83, the Wordai uniqueness. Now come here and I only select the super unique one because I want it to be really unique in the eyes of Google. You also have the lesser unique one. The further down you go, this one has a level of uniqueness probably of 63 or 73, while this one has a uniqueness of probably 83 because it's very, very unique. So the next thing that I do is that I switch to HTML, and then I come here and I copy that to my clipboard, go to my blog editor, and then I just paste that there. Now once you paste that there, if you have Grammarly activated, Grammarly will underline things that probably will need to be changed to make sense. So if I come here, carriers are adapting maybe to, or instead of into, maybe that makes sense to have to. So you correct the small things that Grammarly will suggest. Now let's check also the level of uniqueness of this article using duplicate checker. Now if I copy that again, right? If I copy that again and I come back on duplicate checker, let me just go back, come back down, you just go down here and then you click on check plagiarism. So what it will do is that it will check again the plagiarism. Remember last time it was at 73. Now it's going to tell us at what unique content we have versus plagiarized content. As you can see now, the article is 100% unique in the eyes of Google. Before it was 73% plagiarized, and it detected the exact article where the content belonged to. Now it's 100% unique. So if I publish this article like this, in the eyes of Google, that will be unique. Now the next thing, tune the article, because Google takes into account so many factors before ranking your article beside the content. So if you look at it, for example, if you've installed Rank Math, so I have already published another video where I showed you exactly, how to rank #1 on Google using the plugin Rank Math. Now you can see that after I pasted this article, if I type here the keyword that this article revolves around in Rank Math SEO, it's going to tell me exactly how much SEO I am able to reach right now, how much percentage of SEO I'm able to satisfy. Now I'm only at 54% out of 100% in terms of SEO score, because these are the factors that I need to satisfy as well if I want to rank this article number 1 on Google. Because if I publish this article like this, it's really boring to read because it doesn't have pictures, it doesn't have videos, it doesn't have external link, internal links. Now, it doesn't have H2 title. So if I come here, for example, I type Spirit Airline, I transform the title. I type, for example, Spirit Airline, what you need to know. Right? Type what you need to know. Now, there's, for example, an introduction of Spirit Airline, blah, 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 blah. Now, you need to have as well an H2 title. So if I copy this title again and I come back here and I paste it down here, I transform that in H2 title. Now I go from 56 to 59 because I have the keyword of interest right in the H2 title, right? Now, right, the next thing you want to do, you want to add, for example, an image. So how do you add an image? For example, there are 2 services that I usually use. You can use Pixabay or Unsplash.com. Pixabay.com or Unsplash.com. So if I open Pixabay, you open Pixabay.com and you just come here. Those are website where you can get high quality images for free, and then you don't need to give credit to the person. If you want to give credit, you give. If you don't, you don't. If you don't want to, you don't. You just don't. They're never going to sue you anyway. So you type, for example, here Spirit Airline, right? You search. You don't have any image, but you type, for example, airline. This is an image, for example, of an airline. If I click on this image, now this is an image of stock. So you come down here and you click, for example, on this one. If you click on this image, you right click, you inspect. You can just download that and upload on your website the same way you can just inspect and just copy the outer HTML so that you don't have to download it and upload on your website. And then what you do next is you just come here, for example, what you need to know. Underneath that, you paste that image. If I switch back, you see now I have the image on my website, but it's still hosted on Pixabay.com. You can reduce it. Now the next thing you want to do is that you want to change the alt text. You see now we went to 59 to 60. You want to change the alt text because Google will read the alt text to understand what the image is, what the blog is about. You want to say Spirit Airline because that's your keyword of interest. Spirit Airline, for example, 2020, right? Or maybe Spirit and then Spirit Airlines review, something like that. Airlines. And then you click on update. If you click on update, now you have a 62% SEO score. You want to make sure you have the focus keyword in the URL. So if you come here, for example, you click on edit snippet, and then you come down here, you create the URL with the focus keyword, which is Spirit Airline. You type Spirit Airline, for example, best review of 2020, something like that. Now you click on close editor. Now you went from 63 to 72% SEO score. We're getting there. The minimum I'm going to get here is about 80% SEO score, and then probably 90. Now you have to write long form content because the minimum, like usually when I write my blog post, I write about 1,000 words. Right now this is only 344, which is not long enough to stay consistently on the first page. Maybe somebody else will rank another blog that will be longer than that, and then Google will just rank this one lower. So you want to make sure you write long form content. Now the next thing that you want to do, you want to point out to external resources. Now if you type, for example, Spirit Airline here on Google, Spirit Airline on Google, you want to make sure you're talking about Spirit Airline. So you copy, for example, you copy the link from Spirit Airline and you paste it on your article. So if you type, for example, you copy Spirit Airline and then you paste that here, now you have 78% SEO score because you're pointing out to Spirit Airline, and Google knows exactly that, okay, this is what you're pointing out to because you're referring to that website as well. So you want to make sure you will refer to a few websites, for example, related to Spirit Airline. You copy that, you paste that here, and just go back here, you paste that, for example, Spirit Airline on the H2 title as well. here and there. You add also different H2 title. For example, if you're talking about the benefits of Spirit Airline, right? Benefits of Spirit Airline. And then make sure you smash the like button and you subscribe if this video is helping. And you want to make sure, for example, you find another picture related to benefits or Spirit Airline, whatever that is you want, and then you just paste that here using the same technique that I already showed you to paste this image. Because the more image is, and you see as I saved, this actually imported already a thumbnail, because I have a plugin called Magic Post Thumbnail. So every time I publish something, even if I don't create the thumbnail for the blog post, it will automatically go around the web and find related thumbnails that is related to the title that I already put here. You see, it created a thumbnail related to Spirit Airline, which is really amazing. Now, so you save a lot of time doing like having those incredible plugins that do the work for you. And I already created another video on the best 13 plugins that you can use if you're just beginning with your blog, even if you're professional, right? So make sure you check that video out. Next thing, let's create internal links as well, because internal links are important as well. If someone reads, Google wants to know what articles, if your travel blog, what articles within your blog or within your website are related to this Spirit Airline article, right? If I go on my blog post, you go on your publish blog post. Now you get all the posts that are, for example, related to that. Like, let's say, this is Swedish massage, but it's not related to Spirit Airline, but whatever. If I copy this link, you type, for example, also read best travel credit card. Let's say you've written the blog post about the best travel credit card, then you just type best travel credit card, and then you make sure you paste that link here, and then you underline it so people will know that after they reach to the end of this article, they can click here and stay longer on your website by reading this other blog post. You see, now I have an 84% SEO score, which is close to 90, which is not far from 100. Now the SEO title does not contain a number. You see, a number is because it's sentimental. If you say, for example, best entrepreneurship article versus the 20 best entrepreneurship article, you see, it's more sentimental. So you want to make sure you add a number, for example, to your title, so that it's catchy enough for someone to click on it. So if I say, for example, what you need to know in 2020, boom, now I went from 84 to 85 SEO score. Then the last thing, you see, I already checked all the blog, the boxes. Now the problem that I have is that my content is not long enough. So make sure you write long form content to reach, for example, close to 100 SEO score. Last thing you want to do is that you want to add more images and videos. So for example, the plugin, I have another plugin on my website that I use as well. If you're talking, for example, the benefits of using Spirit Airline, you can add a video, for example, down here about the benefit, like a YouTube video. You can embed a YouTube video about the benefits of Spirit Airline. So what I do is that I just come here and I go under embed a single video, and different videos that will talk about, Spirit Airline. You just check, you watch them, and you also check which one is appropriate for your viewer, right? If it's in the first first page, then it's probably more relevant. So what you can do is that you can just insert this video, and then you have an 86% SEO score. You add more picture, and then you just make sure you create more content. Now if I hit here on publish, I have more chances to rank in the first page of Google. And then remember that Spirit Airlines has 1 million to 10 million visitors or people that search per month, which is a lot. So if you write a consistent blog post about these airline companies, for example, and you are a travel blog, I promise you, you will have a lot of visitors. And then if you monetize your blog post with a platform like Zoic, you will be able to make quite a good amount of money. Okay, so follow my step. Like I said, this is all about providing value. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to test what's out there. If it works, I tell you it works, and I show you how it works. If it doesn't work, I tell you it doesn't work. I just provide you my opinion, but eventually you make the decision. So make sure you smash the like button, you subscribe, you press the notification bell so you don't miss out future videos. And as always, please take good care of yourself. See you next time. Bye.